All right, welcome back everyone to part 4 of this achievement run. We are picking up right where we left off. I am filming this literally 15 seconds after the last part. I just figured to split it up to make it a little easier to watch in one go. So we are continuing right on where we were. We just finished our war with Siena and Bologna. The Italian states have seceded from the empire, but we decided to stay so that we can stay on good terms with Austria and potentially eventually. I don't think we can become the emperor because not being German, we're in trouble there, but we're going to make use of these alliances to become a great power. Let's see, how far are we? We're at 150 because we haven't embraced Renaissance yet, and Mamluks are 271. So we're ways off. We still have a fair bit of climbing to do. Although I think over time, Ming and Mamluks, I think maybe they're going to fall behind on institutions. So let's get going. Okay, let's see. Um, he's probably a heretic. Papal reform desire. That's fine. That doesn't really affect anything. The Reformation will kick off with or without us, and it gets us some papal influence, which will be nice because if we get enough, we can get some of these little papal favors up here. Pope still hates us. He's a rival, but I think eventually we can get him to stop hating us and forgive us. He's a minor power now, so there's not much he can do to stop us. So we're just gonna let this run here for a while, let our prestige build back up. Oh, we're actually losing. Oh, because of the uncontested cores, that's right. Because we have all these cores down here in Sicily, and we aren't fighting for them, we haven't ever fought for them, we're losing prestige, which is not great, but we're just not strong enough to go to war with. I mean, look at that. We're not even close, even with the help of France and Milan. Actually, it's not too far off. If France were to help us against them, Portugal would back them, though. Although not by all that much. If we could get Portugal on side, that would be extremely helpful. Let's see. Um, reduce opinion. Can we get them to reduce their opinion of Castile? Yes. Okay. Um, let's drop our speed down a little. Listen go away, that's fine. Um, yes, let's do that. Now that they don't like them, we'll see if we can get Portugal to stay out here. Hmm, nope, still not quite. Okay. Hmm. Why are they still helping them? Just because it's defensive war. Okay. Hmm. One thing, I don't know that we're going to get anywhere with Portugal. One thing we do need to look at is, let's play a little, is we need to keep track of time because 6%, it's up here. Okay, we have just a few days. The papal indulgences only last until the 15th of January, and because the Pope hates us, he's definitely going to try to pull it again. So we need to be ready to buy another one as soon as that one expires. We can't afford that, but fortunately Austria can. So we can, as soon as the 15th hits, we can buy a new one. And that'll stop him. He can't excommunicate us if we do that. Now we can't be excommunicated because we've bought indulgences for another 5 years. So that takes care of that. So now we're safe there. So now we don't have to worry about the Papal States. And once the Pope dies, I think it resets. It won't reset relations, but it'll reset their excommunication stuff with us. Uh, let's go decentralized. Don't want to decrease tax modifiers. Okay, let's see. The only reason I'm really wanting to push for war here is because once they become Spain, they're untouchable. I mean, Spain regularly ends up with 200,000 troops, and we're not even close to being able to get that. Right now, we're at 17 out of our maximum 19. Okay, yeah, we failed that. I knew we did. So, let's see. Sure. Let's keep going. These guys, I guess, can go back to protecting trade in Genoa. Really should build more. We just don't have a lot of gold. Gonna build another, maybe. There we go. Build another galley there. And our armies are still training. They're doing pretty good. Doing a pretty good training job. If we can just figure out how to break Portugal and another one, break Portugal and Castile away because they're not allied. Oh, they are allied. Yeah. I don't think we can request. No, we're not giving France gold. Our trader died. Okay, can we? We can't. We could have asked him to break an alliance. That was stupid. But we need 50, and we only have 26. We shouldn't have reduced their opinion. We should have asked them to break their alliance. But okay. I wonder if we go to war with Aragon, is that still going to hold? It will, yeah. 'Cause that's what we need to actually do. Oh, there we go. 63 versus. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, 63, same amount of troops. Okay. 30, 25. Hmm. Let's see if we can keep going. I mean, what would be nice is if the King of Portugal would die and we could get a heir on the throne. That's not going to happen though, not with him being 19 like that. So for the time being, I think we need to focus up here on like Florence and stuff. Can't do Florence. Can't do Urbino. Can we do Lucca? No. Why? Hmm. Because but we don't. No, not Urbino. Lucca. We could maybe fight them. That's Venice. We don't want to fight Venice. Um, and we can't fight Bologna because we just beat them. Milan is an ally of ours. If we go to, let's build up. I think we can beat Genoa. They're not very strong. So let's build up a spy network here. We're going to stop the improving relations with Aragon because we're going to have to go to war with them eventually. Let's see. Let's keep going. Yeah, Austria's okay. Yeah, they're doing good. They have an heir, unfortunately. We'll see if Vladislaus. He tends to die pretty young, which is historical. Oh, again? What's going on? Oh, okay, so that's going to break our alliance with Milan, but hmm, let's see. They want us to, so we're going to end up at war with Provence, Lorraine, and Milan. Hmm. Okay, that's not great. I don't know why. Okay, that's fine. We can handle Milan. They're weaker than us. So we're going to have to go deal with Milan. Unlike this last war, this is going to be a pretty quick one. It's just three enemies, and Provence and Lorraine are very weak. Now, I don't know that we can get there. We can't get there, can we? Or we can. No? So it says we can't, but why not? Hmm, that's odd. Oh, because we don't have access here, but we can ask for access here. And they'll say yes. And then we can get there. We are being blockaded. Who's blockading us? It's province. Okay. But they aren't a threat. They can't hurt us. So let's go to sea. Oh, have we? Oh, that's not good. How did our army, what? That's not great. That's really, how did they end up in battle there? That's very stupid, and I'm not happy about that. The reason we moved up there is because the Milanese army was way up here in France. Somehow our army ended up jumping into a battle with them. That's not, okay, gonna have to wait, not get involved because I'm not dealing with that again. They just destroyed half our army in one battle that I don't even know how they fought that battle. They were way up there in France. So if it's going to be that kind of war with the AI doing that kind of thing, then we're going to have to be a little more careful in not getting involved because clearly can't trust anything the AI is going to do. So we're just not going to get really involved here. We're going to run away and let Milan deal with this. We're not dealing with Milan if they're going to be like that because I'm not sacrificing our entire army for France's war when I have no guarantees that fighting a battle where I'm, stronger and have a better army and everything. If we can't guarantee we're going to win that, then we're just not going to fight. So let's just hang out here and just let France do its thing. Because in theory, we have better military tech than them too, I'm pretty sure. 5, 6, or are we the same as them? Huh. Somehow they've managed to jump like six. That's part of it. They've jumped like six tech levels ahead. No idea how that happened. That makes no sense, but okay. Let's see. We should be able to defeat them here. There's no valid reason why they would win this battle because they have no control of the fortress. We have a stronger army. They shouldn't be winning this battle. There's no valid reason for them to be winning this battle. That makes no sense. And it's deeply irritating me that they're just winning these battles. There's no reason for them to be doing that. They don't have the manpower. We're stronger than them. And so now our armies are running off to who knows where, up to France. This is why I try to avoid AI battles, because who knows? There's no reason for them to be winning and killing half our army, but they do. So we don't do this because otherwise we lose our armies in battles that we absolutely should be winning. There's no valid excuse for them to win that battle there. They're sieging our fortress, they're at a disadvantage. We had a stronger army, a stronger general. We had an advantage, and we had more troops. So France gets to deal with these guys. If they take our capital, I'm going to be very irritated because there's no excuse for that. But they're clearly not going to let us win a battle with Milan, so we kind of just have to hope that France ends this before they do anything too bad to us. Oh, well, nope, they didn't take the capital, luckily. They took a different province that we're going to take back. I'm just worried that they're going to take our capital because, I mean, at this point, why not? They've already proven to be stronger than our army, so why not be stronger than our our forts too? Yep, there they go. They're about to do it. They're going to take our capital here, and I'm going to be very annoyed by that. We're going to attack, and hopefully the French will jump in and actually help us here, because they will. Okay, good. So no matter what the AI tries to do, and yep, it's going to take out most of our. Great. There goes all of our built-up manpower. That's wonderful. But at least we won the battles. This is why I don't like the AI. Because it gets you into stupid wars and then destroys everything. I mean, I had 14,000 troops built up, and the AI said, nope, you're going to lose all of them. We're taking away all of your built up manpower, so you're completely unprepared for any future wars. Better hope nobody declares war on you, and you can't really afford to declare war on anybody else for now, like decades now. They just. I wish EU4 had a system that was actually coherent because there's supposed to be specific modifiers saying yes or no as to who's going to win, but then it doesn't matter. Let's see. Okay, we got some gold. We didn't get any provinces, which I didn't expect, but we got some gold, which does not really make up for them taking away all of our built-up manpower, but whatever. Um, and France is proving to be more trouble than they're worth, honestly. We're unchecking that box. We're not joining their offensive wars anymore because they're starting to irritate me. Austria too. Um, Now we need to build up some ideas here. Oh, and look at that. Isn't that wonderful? They wiped out most of our drill too. We had about 70 drill. All right. Well, we're going to have to just deal with this and lose all of our built up troops that we had that we were keeping in reserve because France decided to pull us into a war that did not concern us, that they didn't need us for, and the mysterious EU4 system that is supposed to be coherent about who wins battles was not coherent about who wins battles. Okay, well, let's go get our first idea group. I think we want probably, well, normally I would go with a diplomatic one, but at this point I want offensive because we need to win battles. And since we clearly can't trust the modifiers, we're just gonna have to do it on our own. We were at 14 and now we're at 2.5 because so we have to rebuild. Okay, well, so much for any plans of going to war here anytime soon with Castile, because you're not going to war with Castile and Aragon with 2,000 reserve troops. Oh, and of course, now Portugal is not going to get involved. The one time when that could be an option, we can't really afford to do it because we don't have any built-up troops because France got them all destroyed. Thanks, France. You're really proving to be actually a very unhelpful ally. Okay, why isn't Portugal getting involved? Because they're war exhausted. Okay, so this is a pretty short-term thing. Why are we on, what does it mean, good relations? We shouldn't have good relations. That's irritating. Yeah, well, I don't like them much either. They don't want to keep our alliance because we're not going to join them in wars. But, oh, our army strength, huh? Well, I wonder whose fault that is, France. It's France's fault, because army strength includes built-up manpower. So, once again, for the second time this game, France is blaming us for something that's entirely their fault, and yet we need them as a buffer against Aragon and Castile. Let's see. Can't. Oh, Ferrara's joining, France is joining. But for some reason, we have good relations with Aragon, even though we broke off with them a while ago. Let's see. Hmm. And of course, it's going to only keep getting better. We have to insult them. Yes. Okay. So, of course, our general died. Why not at this point? Okay. We're the new general. He's not bad. We're going to embrace the Renaissance. And if we go to war with Aragon, Portugal, let's get France involved um, in war. And we're going to go to war to take the court of Messina. Of course, what is going on here? Oh my goodness, really? This is stupid. Well, so much for going to war here because we have to join this stupid Ottoman war that is stupid. And this is gonna be rough. Well, this run is about to fall apart because we cannot win everything here. I mean, we can't do it. We've got no chance. With the Ottomans now being enemies, they're going to invade us. They're going to be a huge problem. We can't possibly win. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to end this war as soon. We're going to have to white peace this as soon as we get the chance because I'm not fighting the Ottomans for no reason and losing everything over that. So let's keep going. Yep, Austria's going to lose this war. Like obviously, there's no chance of them winning. They're although actually they're surprisingly. Huh, Lithuania is on their side for some reason. Okay, well, I might be wrong. Maybe or Austria is actually going to do something useful here and win this war. That'd be nice. I think I'm about to lose my chance to defeat. Yep, I figured. All of a sudden, there it goes. There goes our chance for war with Aragon. Thanks, Austria. You and France are both useless allies. Because now Castile's diplomatic reputation is for some reason 15 higher than it was, and Portugal is guaranteed to join their war, which means we are definitely not going to win a war with them. So, so much for reclaiming Sicily from Castile. Well, we're not joining this war with the Ottomans, so we're just going to sit here and let Austria deal with this. And we're going to move, since our chance for war with Aragon is gone because all of our allies decided to make our life impossible for no actual gain. I hate the nobility. Yeah, that's their problem. They decided to demand aid when we didn't have any aid to give. That's entirely their problem. Why does this keep pausing? I don't keep pausing it. Why does it keep pausing on me? Okay. Then we get to ready for war with Genoa, which I think we can win, except that our alliance with Milan ended, but we can offer them an alliance. And then I think that, uh, oh yeah, wait, what? Oh yeah, we haven't fabricated any claims yet. We should probably do that. Hmm. Fabricate claim on Corsica, and I think can we do it to Albania too? Not quite. We need a few more spies. Yeah. I, what annoys me about this Ottoman war is that they're going to blockade us and they're going to take away a part of our economy. And they might even decide to invade, but I'm not going to fight them. It's not our war. And I know I specifically told Austria we weren't getting involved in their wars, but whatever. Let's kick our time back up here a little, because I don't think they're going to invade us. I think they're just going to annoy us for a while. Although I swear to, well, there it goes. Muscovy decided to get involved for no reason. So this war is going to be long and drawn out, and it is going to be impossible for us to leave. Okay, this is going to be a problem. Muscovy decided to get involved for no reason, and now the Ottomans have an advantage, basically. They have less troops, but they're going to win this war. So we have to figure out how to get out of this stupid war that we never wanted, and they're not going to let us. They're going to demand that we give them all these provinces and give them all the stuff that we're not going to give them, so they can just deal, I guess. And Austria gets to end this war without us, because we're not going to march troops into the Ottoman Empire and get them to get involved with us. And let's see. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, a couple of good things. And apparently we are no longer paid up on our papal stuff, and so we probably should do that so the Pope doesn't attack us again. Although he doesn't hate us as much anymore, but he still does. It's still far enough down that he might excommunicate us. Let's see. Yeah, we're History is making basically no progress, and peace with the Ottomans would require us to give up like a stupid amount of stuff that we're not giving up. We're not giving them provinces, and we're not paying them gold because it's not our war. So let's see. And now France, for some reason, has decided not to get into a war with Genoa, of course, even though they had said they would a little bit ago. Now they suddenly won't. Okay. Um, hmm. Okay. Well, this is getting annoying. Hmm. Fabricated claim there. Pull that diplomat back. Find some better allies that aren't going to be stupid. Improve relation with Britain. Let's reform our government a little. Centralized monarchy. Hmm. I usually like to go on this one with. Hmm. Let's go with a centralized bureaucracy. Yeah, that'll probably be the most advantageous. Austria finally has managed to capture a province from the Ottomans, although they're still barely winning the war. And it's getting closer. I mean, maybe eventually the Ottomans will agree to let us stop being part of the war because they're not really going to be able to invade us. They're too busy with the over here dealing with Austria, and all of their troops are here. So if the Austrians could do something useful and actually attack the Ottomans, that would be very helpful. But they're, for some reason, wandering around and not doing anything. Let's see. No. Okay. Well, we're going to rebuild. We're still only at half of what we were at before France decided to pull us in that stupid pointless war with Milan. So let's train our troops again because they're only in 22 drill because we lost most of them in those battles. Let's see. Why are we losing? Probably the blockades, huh? Because they control the province. Yeah, because they control the province. Let's see. No, the defenders control the province. It's because they keep getting into stupid battles and losing. That's why the war score is so low, is because Austria refuses to unite its troops. And yep, that's it. That's it. That's the end of the war. Austria has managed to botch this so badly that there's never a hope for peace. Let's see. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Let's do that. Yeah, this is game over. I mean, for Austria, because for some reason they're up here fighting rebels in Poland instead of fighting actual enemies down here in the Ottoman Empire. And the more they win, the less likely it is that we're going to make peace with them. So we just have to wait and wait for Austria to give up and realize that they're too bad at fighting wars to ever win this. Because they could have won, but they decided to wander around up here, and now they've gotten absolutely obliterated by the Ottoman army because they were not smart enough to combine their armies. Look at that, 102 down from 130. Yeah, we're never going to win. There's zero chance of us ever winning, and now they're demanding that we do all this stupid stuff that's not going to happen. I absolutely hate this mechanic of EU4 that countries that get basically forced to fight wars that do nothing in those wars are still getting punished solely for existing. Okay, well, we're not getting involved. Austria can just deal with them on their own. And if Austria tries to give up any of our territory, we're going to war with Austria. I don't care. I don't care that they're way stronger than us. If Austria decides to give up any of our territory to the Ottomans, then we're going to war with Austria. And we're going to punish them for that because they don't get to do that. Yeah, they're. This is. Look at this. This is stupid. This is hopeless. They had a chance earlier, but I don't even know where their armies are right now. Probably, yeah, they're wandering around in Lithuania instead of fighting the Ottomans. This is pretty typical of a really stupid AI, which most of EU4s are. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. They were outnumbering them 2-1 and they still lost. That's just nonsense. But that is EU4 nonsense. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. Look at this. I mean, we're getting closer to making peace with them. If what do they want? If we annulled treaties with Austria, they would let us go. I am so tempted. I very much dislike Austria right now, but I can't afford to do that. Oh, and just like that, we would have to give them up a bunch of stuff again. Great. Not happening. Maybe if the Austrians would fight. Okay, let's see about Genoa. Nope. Let's see. Um, this is annoying. We have a choice between two really stupid options, but we have to do this. Yep, we don't have a choice. We can't afford to have noble regiments rising up when all of our so-called allies are destabilizing us all the time. With every chance they get, they're destabilizing us. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's see. What do they want from us? So they want us to pay a lot of gold that we don't have, which again is not going to happen, but that's good. I mean, yeah. Austria is probably wandering around. Yeah, for some reason they've decided to wander around in Muscovy instead of dealing with the Ottomans, but again, that's pretty typical for the AI. Let's see. We're getting pretty close, but we're just not doing it. We're not getting involved. I'm tempted to go blockade the Ottomans and hope that maybe that'll force them to back down, but I'm just not doing it. We're not paying them gold. We're not giving them land. We're not giving them anything. We're going to white peace, and that's it. And then we're going to stop letting Austria and France boss us around. We could get an idea up here, but I think we really need to tech up, and we're pretty close to teching up. Let's see. Yeah, Austria. Yeah, this war is just continually declining. Let's see. Is France trying to break the alliance again? -2. Whatever. We have to keep going back and forth on the offensive war thing to keep them from standing down. Oh, are they willing to make peace with us? Finally? Good. I don't care that it reduces Austrian trust. That's their problem. Maybe they shouldn't have decided to drag us into a stupid war like that. Okay, we're gonna try and curry favors with them. England will not make an alliance with us, so we're gonna pull back from them a little bit. Checking right now. Um, I'm just checking something real quick. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're at about half an hour, so we're gonna go a little bit longer, and then we're gonna stop. Since that war's over, Austria had already lost long ago, so we're still allied with them, which is nice. We didn't break our alliance. I'm still very irritated that we lost our chance to take out uh, Aragon. Although France is willing to get involved still, and so is Ferrara. But I just don't think that it's pretty close, and I don't trust that we could get France to do anything useful. So I'm gonna have to. They could go to war with the Pope. Who's defending the Pope? Brittany would. France would not. Oh, they're in a different war that they just started, aren't they? With Burgundy. Yeah. Okay. We have some good people influence. That's nice. Because higher people influence means they won't excommunicate you. Hmm. Okay. So let's build a. I don't think we have a CB against anybody here. So let's put a spy network against the Pope. So we can take. Oh, they just claimed Siena. Let's see. I have to do that. Okay. Go up against, because that's Ancona, and we will claim that. Well, the Pope doesn't hate us anymore. I'm almost tempted not to go to war with him just because he doesn't hate us anymore. So maybe I won't go to war with the Pope for a while. Yeah, let's not go to war with the Pope right now because he doesn't hate us anymore. I don't want to make him hate us. I would love to go to war with Florence, but Castile and Savoy and Bohemia can't do that. Go to war with Lucca, I guess. Ferrara would help us. Milan would almost help us if we could get some favors built up with them. How many favors do they owe? Okay, so that's not bad. Our army is training something decent. We have, okay, let's see here. We are at 151, so we're not, I mean, we're a ways off, but we're not too far off from the Mamluks because they're still behind on their institution. So what we're going to do here, we're going to speed up and we're going to let this run for a while because nothing's really going on right now. And we're going to, we went to war with them. Milan would help us, but only if we gave them Genova, which I don't really want to do. And we're still allied with Ferrara, and we could beat them, but we are on good terms with them, so we can't do that. So let's see, this war ended, yeah. Hungary gave up, yeah, all of Austrian Carpathia. We figured they would. There was just nothing we could do. Okay, so let's do this. Set our naval doctrine real quick. Fleet in being, galley combat. Let's do free oarsmen because our galleys will be stronger that way. The problem with making alliances with France and Austria is we have to deal with non-Italian problems. Okay, let's see. Nuclear war. Oh, Portugal, yeah. France would. Now they would only get involved if we gave them territory. Oh, that's a pretty strong one. So we could probably win that war, I think. Because we could deal with Florence, and then we could march down to deal with Aragon. And France could deal with Aragon and Castile, or rather, Milan could deal with Florence. So we could probably let Milan deal with Florence. We could deal with Aragon in Sicily and over here in Sardinia. So what we're going to do, we just saved. So we're going to stop right there because this is getting long, and we're going to start a war next time. And so we're going to stop right there. We're going to pick up next time with this war with Aragon and Castile that we're going to start. And also, I want to be a little more focused when we do that war because right now I'm so frustrated by our allies being stupid. So we will stop right there and we will pick this up again next time. And we will see if we can't take Sicily back and maybe finally establish ourselves as a great power. We'll see. Thanks for watching and hope to see you guys next time.